Hello, I feel like this is the video that is destined to never get filmed. I set up this morning and then my camera was out of battery and then I was about to film it again and an estate agent came around with the viewing and now my dogs won't settle down. So if you can hear padding about, that's Loki and Mouse, and there is now a massive horrid fat fly that has just flown into my bedroom and is zooming around. This is a look at what's in my maternity bag. A couple of weeks ago I showed you what was in my wash bag and makeup bags, and this is going to be what's in the rest of my bag. I made a list last time I got out of hospital with Ned about what I used, what I didn't use, what I wish I had, etc. They made this really big deal in my hospital about how there was how the bedside lockers were really tiny and you couldn't really take much in with you, but then they also said you have to take loads of stuff. So I packed into this small bag and then my husband had to bring a second bag after I'd had Ned with all the stuff I needed in it. And there was room under the bed for one big bag, and I'm not saying take a wheelie suitcase, but I'm taking a slightly bigger bag this time. This is a look at what's in my maternity bag. A couple of weeks ago I showed you what was in my wash bag and makeup bags, and this is going to be what's in the rest of my bag. I made a list last time I got out of hospital with Ned about what I used, what I didn't use, what I wish I had, etc. They made this really big deal in my hospital about how there was how the bedside lockers were really tiny and you couldn't really take much in with you, but then they also said you have to take loads of stuff. So I packed into this small bag and then my husband had to bring a second bag after I'd had Ned with all the stuff I needed in it. And there was room under the bed for one big bag, and I'm not saying take a wheelie suitcase, but I'm taking a slightly bigger bag this time. Can you see that? This is the bag. It looks really big. I admit it looks really big, but the problem is that you seriously have to take a large amount of stuff. I know that you can bang them out and be home the same day, but you could need to be there for a couple of days, and you need to take things like nappies, and you don't want to unpack nappies out of the plastic bag because they get dirty. So basically you've got a pack of nappies in there and everything takes up room. So what have I got in my bag? Okay, so in my bag there's like the main body of the bag, and then there's a little zip up pouch at each end. So in one end I have got a book. Now this seems really silly, but I couldn't sleep for various reasons after I'd had Ned, not out of anxiety, bizarrely, and I hadn't taken in anything to read, and my mum bought me Good Housekeeping, which is a lifesaver, but I'm taking Polo by Jilly Cooper because this was the level that my brain was at last time. This was all I could handle. I've read it probably over 10 times, and I love it, and it's soothing and comforting and normal making, so that's going in. I'm also taking a notebook and a pen. When I had Ned, there were certain things I wanted to write down because you're quite emotional, you want to write down things you remember, but also when you're breastfeeding you might want to write down, I could never remember which boob I'd done last and how long and everything, so I just did 2 columns with right and left, and then I just time how long I'd done, and it's just quite useful. And if they tell you something, what if your child has to have medication and they're telling your little pregnant brain and you can't retain it? So notebook and pen. I'm taking a sleep mask. I'm one of those people that I can't sleep unless it's like black. And I didn't have last time that drove me mad. Plastic bag for my dirty laundry. I don't need to go into why it's really nice to have a plastic bag for your dirty laundry, but I recommend it. Then I went to Primark and I bought, size 16 to 18? Yeah, 16 to 18 black pants. I'm taking 3 or 4 of those. Those are going in the end pocket. You can throw them out when you're done. They're comfortable, they're always going to fit, they'll fit the pads in. Big pants, big black pants. I wouldn't bother with the disposable ones because you've got pads. I found these fine last time. Then, because I went in to get monitored last week, whenever it was that I filmed the makeup, the hospital makeup and stuff, I had these bands that they tie the monitors onto your tummy with to listen to the baby, and because they fit me, they have to cut them. Obviously they cost the hospital money. They give them to you to take away because then you can use them again. So I'm taking those. And then I've also got my makeup kit, which I showed you in the previous video. If you haven't seen it, I'll put the link below. Okay, so in the main bit of the bag, I have 2 towels. These are my Primark beach towels because they're quite quick and easy to dry. I can tell they're mine because they're brightly coloured. I'm taking 2 towels. Last time I took 1 towel and I had a shower after I had Ned. It's about 9:30 in the morning. And then my towel was wet. And I had to wait until my husband went home and came back again before I could have another shower. And he came back, he went home and he came back again at like 9 o'clock at night or something, and then I didn't want to wake people up by having a shower, so I had to, it was just, I wanted 2 towels. So I have a lightweight cotton dressing gown from Marks and Spencer's that I became completely fixated on last time. I keep getting pregnancy fixations on things, and my husband has to go and fix it. I was obsessed with the fact that everyone tells you how hot the ward is, and I only had a sort of heavy normal toweling dressing gown, and they didn't have this online and they didn't have it anywhere, and my husband literally, I do have to tell him to do stuff quite a lot, but this day he just phoned up our local M&S and they happened to have it in, and he put it aside and went and immediately got it for me, and it was amazing. I have the hospital blanket that I came home from the hospital in, and that Ned came home from the hospital in, and I have another cell blanket, they're called, with the holes in, and I've got a muslin just in case Ned was a puker. So then I have a pack of maternity pads. This is a pack of 10. These are the Boots ones, which they might have changed in the last 2 years, but these were definitely the most comfortable last time. I have a pack of newborn nappies. There's 24 of them. I have a pack of nappy bags, and I have a pack of Huggies wipes. Now, everyone says cotton wool and water only for newborns. I had a high fever after I had Ned, and so I had midwives changing him for me for the first couple of nappy changes, and they used their own wipes, and my cotton wool didn't get used, and you have to then go out of your room and to find the water, and these are fine. These are water-based. They were the only wipes that my son wasn't allergic to, so I'm taking them this time. I am taking some pyjama bottoms, they're not maternity ones, and a really nice soft breastfeeding top from H&M to wear as my sort of pyjama top. Last time when I had Ned, I wore a hospital gown and then my pyjamas afterwards, and this is just really soft and nice. And a nursing bra for obvious reasons. So you then have to take baby clothes. So I've got some little all-in-one things. How many have I got of those? I've got 4 of those with long arms and long little feet, and then I've got some little vests. 1, 2, 3 of those, a little short sleeve vest, and 2 hats. So again, if you need more, your husband can go and get them, but it's quite good to have quite a lot. I think they say 5 of each, but that's what I'm taking. And then I try not to buy stuff because obviously I've got a lot of baby clothes. But Ned had a special outfit coming home in, and I don't know what I'm having, so I bought a couple of things. I bought two baby clothes from Jojo that I thought were quite unisex. This one has got monkeys and elephants and circus animals on, and little stars. Is that a newborn? It's a newborn size. And this one that's got little ducks on. And then I bought this from Gap in the sale. It's got kind of fleecy on the inside, and it's got covered feet and a little hood, and little arms. And I got this in 0 to 3 months because the Gap newborn stuff goes up to £7. Ned was £8.5. They keep threatening me with this baby being a bit bigger, so I just thought I'd get, and this is sort of as an over garment anyway, so those are the new things. They're staying in their bag for now. And obviously I have my wash bag that I have shown you what's in there already. Still smelling lovely. And in the top of my bag I've got like a flat zip pocket, and in that I have got my flip-flops. You need flip-flops or slippers for walking around in the ward. I get swollen feet and I get very hot feet, so for me flip-flops is the way forward because quite often my feet don't fit into my slippers. Also they're good if you are someone who likes to wear flip-flops in the communal shower. Not that it's communal, but you know, in the shower that people you don't know are using. So flip-flops might be a good idea then. Then we have the problem of the snacks. Now last time at about 4 o'clock in the morning my husband started complaining about the choice of snacks, having been in complete denial that we were even having a baby. I think the lack of sleep was starting to get to him, and it's now a running joke that I was being sick every hour on the hour, and he would then pipe up about how he didn't think much of my snack selection. So I've been quite focused on the snacks this time. Problem is that we have 2 dogs, and this bag is zipped up, packed, ready on the floor, and I'm worried about putting some of the snacks in there in case the naughty puppy chews through the bag. So in the main body of the bag, purely because they don't fit in the end pocket, which is the snack pocket, I have got Lucozade Original. I hate this stuff. My husband could live off it, and hopefully it will. He had 1 bottle last time. I'm taking 3 bottles this time. In the shelf next to where this bag is, I've got a load of mini Snickers because I keep eating so much chocolate that I buy those bumper bags, and I don't like Snickers, so all the little Snickers that come out of the bumper bags are going into the cupboard so they can go into the bag. I'm not saying you should just take Lucozade and chocolate, obviously. Okay, so I've got a pack of apple juice. I've got mini bottles of Coca-Cola. I didn't eat the entire time that I was in labour, all for about 2 days after I had Ned, but I did want a Coca-Cola as soon as I was done, and it took my husband 45 minutes to get it because he met a friend on the ward and they chatted. 45 minutes to wait for a bottle of Coke was unacceptable, so I've got 2 little bottles for me. I've bought these Trax Original Oat Protein Flapjack, and I've got a ton of those. Again, I know they're not the healthiest thing, but they're, you know, they're not bad. Joe's got some mini cheddars. I've got these Jordan's Crunchy Bars, honey and almond crunchy bars, which I really like, and I just felt very nauseous after having Ned at the thought of having any food, and these are kind of, in my head, not nauseous making. And, I'm taking 2 of these, which is pre-made up first infant formula. This is the HIP organic, which is suitable from birth. I do want to breastfeed. I hate breastfeeding. Part of the reason I hate breastfeeding is the pressure that you feel on yourself and that everyone else puts on you in the hospital because they're so obsessed with you breastfeeding. And I actually think people would do it a lot more if they said, you know, breastfeed a bit. Top them up with some formula if you feel like it, or if you're finding it a bit much, which they don't do. And so this time I'm taking this with me because I trust this formula, and if it's not going well, I know I've got it. And that's it. That is what is in the maternity bag. On top of it at the moment live my notes, and this, which is a list of stuff that I will pack in it when we need to pick the bag up and go, which includes a phone charger and the Snickers bars. Very important. I think that is everything that I wished I had last time, or that I had needed last time. Let me know if there was anything that I've missed out, or what you pack in your bag, and I hope this was helpful if you are pregnant and you are wondering what to pack in your maternity bag. Every hospital is different in terms of space, in terms of what they tell you to bring, in terms of what they provide, but for my London-based hospital, this is what I'm taking. This is the list that I wrote in my notebook while I was still in the hospital of stuff that I used or didn't use or wanted. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry it's been chaotic and dog-riddled and breathless, and that fly is driving me insane. Thank you for watching.